All right, welcome back. And now we have some more conversations for you. And of course, as always, the hashtag is Breakfast Daily. The WhatsApp line is 0550-585832. Now we're going to be talking about the Global Citizen Festival. And I have Liz Agbo-Tabi joining me in the studio. She's the Vice President of Global Policy. And we're going to get into that conversation. Hi, Liz.
Good morning, and
Hi,
thank you.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So talk to me about the Global Citizen. What's it all about?
So Global Citizen is a movement, really. It's a unique model of citizen-led activism, advocacy at the intersection of pop culture and policy. Because music really is a universal language of humanity. Being a global citizen is about using one's individual voice. Global citizens believe in the power of using the individual voice to campaign and take action on the social, environmental, economic issues that they care most about, and really issues that impact all of us. Global citizens want to hold leaders accountable and to demand the changes that they want to see in our world. Anyone can be a global citizen, agnostic of where you live, your country of origin, your gender, religion, etc. It really suffices just logging on to globalcitizen.org, downloading the app, and starting to take action on the issues that you are most passionate about.
Okay, so basically you're galvanizing interest from across the world of people that just want to make a difference.
Absolutely.
That's really what it is.
Absolutely.
Okay.
To be a global citizen means to be someone who is a member of the human race and cares about the world and wants to see a world that is equitable, a world where everyone has access to opportunity and can really live to fulfill their purpose in life.
Okay. Now, I know that music basically drives, the movement. Why the use of music, and what are some of the other projects and programs that you've been engaged in?
Well, as I said earlier, music is the universal language of humanity. Music is something that brings all of us together and where we can find our commonalities as members of the human race. And so we work with artists, activists who are equally passionate about the climate crises, about ensuring equitable access, gender parity, and ending extreme poverty. And we use this platform to coalesce voices across the globe who care about these issues and are willing to perform acts of civic engagement to demand changes from leaders. And we work with global leaders, we work with national, subnational leaders, we also work with the private sector and philanthropy, because we believe that only through a combined effort and citizens showing up can we create the changes that we want to see in the world. Okay,
I want to find out how you are able to work with all these different kinds of governments that have different ideologies and everything else. But before we do that, let's take a look at this from Global Citizen.
A global citizen is someone who self-identifies first and foremost as a member of the human race. They exist in every country and among every demographic. Every single one of the major challenges we face, from poverty, climate change, gender inequality, can ultimately only be solved by global citizens demanding global solutions from their leaders. But how did we actually go about recruiting and engaging those global citizens? We used the universal language, music. We launched the Global Citizen Festival and we persuaded some of the world's biggest artists to participate. We made sure that these festivals coincided with the UN General Assembly meeting so that leaders who need to hear our voices couldn't possibly ignore them. But there was a twist. You couldn't buy a ticket, you had to earn it. You had to take action on behalf of a global cause, and only once you'd done that could you earn enough points to qualify. Activism is the currency. Citizenship means you have to act. And that's what we required. And amazingly, it worked.
Now, I'm fascinated. Liz, so here's the thing. I had wanted to ask you this question about how you work with the government and everything else. This video says a lot. I'm not interested in that question anymore. What I want to ask you is, why Ghana? Why now?
Well, 70% of the African continent are under the age of 30. And we have a limited opportunity, really a limited window to ensure that the inequity that sees young people who are out of school, who are unemployed or underemployed, are able to, or impacted by climate change, that they have an opportunity, right? Accra is a modern city, of course. It's a bustling city. It's somewhere where culture makers are excited to go. And our venue here in Accra, Black Star Square, is incredibly intentional. It represents a beacon of democracy, of independence and equity, and will also host Ghana's 65 years of independence later this year, as you know. As we bring together world leaders in September, we want to shine a light on this promise of Africa and Ghana, and we want to use this platform to call for urgent action to respond to the crises that the nation faces and the region more broadly. And we also want to celebrate regional leadership, right? Leaders who are stepping up, who are committing resources, committing policy, and are really going further to ensure that we act now and leave no one behind.
Okay. I'm going to ask about the event for the 24th of September and what the theme is about and all of that. But before we do that, let's take a look at what one of the co-founders said about why Ghana.
So the Global Citizen Festival is a movement of millions of people around the world taking action for the eradication of extreme poverty. The way it works is that so often alone we feel like our voices don't matter. We feel like we're just one drop in an ocean. But that's why with a movement, and we have tens of millions of members, in unison we can call on governments to make multi-million-dollar commitments for the eradication of extreme poverty, to tackle climate change, and to empower women and girls. That's the heart of the movement.
So this particular year, there's a focus on girls, on the girl child. How do you feel Ghanaians can engage with that, especially as a developing country?
Well, we know that the empowerment of women and girls is the closest we have to a silver bullet for the eradication of extreme poverty. So whether it's girls' education or women's access to maternal and reproductive health, these are critical building blocks for women's economic empowerment. And that's why at Global Citizen we've made this a key priority this year. We're calling on governments to commit $600 million to support Education Cannot Wait, which educates girls in emergencies, but to also support UNFPA, which is focused on reproductive rights and reproductive health. This is obviously a global issue right now. It's come into the forefront in the US press, but it's also a global issue. We need everyone to take it seriously. That's why the way in which you earn tickets to the Global Citizen Festival this September 24th to see incredible artists like Jackie, like Usher, like SZA, Stormzy, Mariah Carey, Metallica, the world's greatest artists all united on one night, is through taking action. Your actions are your currency, and it's volunteering actions as well as political action. We chose Ghana this year because it's the 65th anniversary of Ghanaian independence. It's also the 20th anniversary of the African Union, as well as being Global Citizen's 10th anniversary. Ghana has long been this beacon of hope, of democracy, not just for the region, but for the whole world. And this year we want to tell another story as well, which is a story of really justice, because when Mandela issued the call to action for the establishment of the Make Poverty History movement, he spoke about that the eradication of poverty is not a gesture of charity, but it's an act of justice. And that's what this concert is all about. Uniting the world behind this principle that if we're going to eradicate extreme poverty, it's not about charity, it's about changing this.
All right. So, talk to us about September 24th.
So on September 24th, we will have some of the world's largest artists here in Accra at the iconic Black Star Square, and also in New York at Central Park. And we'll be running two festivals simultaneously. But really, it's about engaging global citizens here in Ghana and across the world to take action, and to take action now, to break systemic barriers now, to take climate action and prevent the worsening climate crises now, and to empower girls now. And also a cross-cutting theme for us is defending advocacy and really ensuring that we are amplifying the voices of those that are often not heard, right? And so amplifying the voices of Africans speaking to African solutions for African challenges.
Yeah. So how do Ghanaians participate in this?
It's fairly simple.
Okay.
You can take action by downloading the Global Citizen app, visiting www.globalcitizen.org, or participating in what we're calling offline activations, which are volunteer service and other activities that will be happening around Accra. And you can find out more by visiting our website.
Fantastic. Thank you, Liz, for joining us this morning. Any last words?
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to seeing you on September 24th at Black Star Square.
We'll be there. Thank you. And let's take a look at what, I want to say a big thank you, first of all, to Liz Agbot-Tabi, who is the Vice President of Global Policy. And let's take a look at what the Deputy Minister for Culture, Arts and Tourism said regarding this event.
I think that whenever artists across the world meet like this, it's a platform to learn. Even the technical people are going to learn through various riders. You know, every performer has its own technical rider. And so they are all coming on board with different technical riders. So the technical people are going to learn. We are going to exchange cultures. Asha Raymond will come to Ghana. He's going to see some of the things for his first time. Some of our performers are also going to engage some of these foreign artists, and so they are going to learn. They are even going to borrow rhythms by the time they finish with their performances. If I should have a Black Sherif on this show, Black Asha will end up learning from Black Sherif. But the bottom line is that it puts spotlight on Ghana. The world is discussing Ghana at the moment. Everybody wants to know why Ghana. It shows that we've been democratic over the years. We believe in the rule of law. The country is stable. Our economic issues are not just Ghana, it's the whole world. And so it's a country that you can feel at home when you come in, especially for the diasporas. And so it's a big deal for the creative industry. We've shown that we've built